Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back and happy Wednesday. It's so weird. We don't have a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this week, but we still have drama. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Andy Cohen or heard this. Andy Cohen went on his radio show to clear up why they didn't share the receipts. And Lisa Rinna has a different story, which also leads me to believe if you're calling Andy Cohen out, pretty much calling him a liar, and then sharing receipts, which she did, which showed, holy she had two on. We'll get into it. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And also, we have a new podcast that we're recording today that's dropping on Friday with the #1 legal badass commentator, lawyer on YouTube, Emily D. Baker. I love her. Okay, with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so this came out on page 6, but Lisa Rinna did a social media sort of story about this. Now, I know we talked about this before, but at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion, Lisa Rinna had receipts, right? She had 2 manila envelopes. And when she did, before going into the reunion, she posted on Instagram Aspen receipts. Now, I was thinking in my head, why were these cut? I thought it was sort of playing with the viewers because we see Lisa Rinna putting the manila envelopes behind her pillow. And then we see Andy Cohen saying, oh, envelopes, like receipts, wow. And then we never got to see the receipts. We never heard about them. They got completely cut out of the reunion. So I was wondering, why? This doesn't make sense. And then I was thinking in my head, well, maybe it's because somebody got them shut down. But then Andy Cohen got a lot of fan feedback asking him, hey, what happened? What happened to the receipts? Where were they? And he's like, guys, honestly, we decided to cut them out because at the end of the day, what happened was, she had receipts, yes, but they were pertaining to the Elton John Foundation. Like this whole situation with Sutton Strack, and that's what they were pertaining to. So with that, it was just like it didn't make the cut. And I'm like, then why would she put Aspen on it? Because it almost makes Lisa Rinna look like she was teasing something that didn't necessarily exist, like she's a liar. So it just had my head kind of all over the place. But then page 6 came out with this covering Lisa Rinna's story on social media. It's a lot. Lisa Rinna is denying Andy Cohen's claim about the mysterious envelope that she brought to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. I had 2 envelopes, not 1. And then if you zoom into the photo, she's not lying. You can see where she's holding them in between her fingers, and there's 2 envelopes. That literally debunks everything that Andy's saying. And she said 2, not 1. And this was captioned on her Instagram story on Tuesday by herself placing manila sleeves behind her seat at the September taping with the 2. And they were filled with receipts. And my bum looks good here. So she's complimenting herself too, but I'm sure right now she just wants to be vindicated. I feel like right now Lisa Rinna thinks I'm not getting asked back. I think she's really confused. So she's like, if you guys are going to paint me to look a certain way, and you guys are going to not showcase my mother properly the way that she should have been because all of the viewers loved her, and you guys are going to kind of rake my name through the coals, then I'm going to go out swinging and I'm going to fight. I feel like she's like backed into a corner and she's like, oh, you better believe I'm going to talk about it. Now, Andy Cohen recently said that Lisa Rinna brought only 1 envelope that contained receipts relating to an undisclosed feud that had nothing to do with her claims that Kathy Hilton had a psychotic break during, season 12. Andy tried to do damage control, but Lisa Rinna shut this down. Can you go against the boss without getting fired? This doesn't look good. However, in a second story on Tuesday, the controversial cast member clarified that at least one of the 2 folders contained screenshots of text messages that she sent when she witnessed Hilton's alleged meltdown after the 2 left the club during the cast's ill-fated trip to Aspen, Colorado. Now, I don't think that these really aren't receipts, the Aspen receipts, and they probably didn't land well, so Andy Cohen didn't want them in there because at the end of the day, she's saying, I was messaging Erica, and then Kyle was completely, aware of what I was saying to Erica, but I was also messaging one of my good friends being like, you would never believe what's going down. You can message whatever you want to whoever you want. That doesn't necessarily land. Like I could sit here and message my friends and say, oh my God, Jason's having a crazy breakdown. Jason could be sitting in the living room watching, I don't know, Ozark, Outer Banks. I have no idea. But I could be like, he's having a psychotic breakdown and this is crazy. And then show up and then we have like a therapy session. And I'm like, look, I have text messages where I'm saying he had a psychotic breakdown. And Jason's like, who gives a shit? I wasn't. Just because you tell your friend I was having that's not a receipt. And I understand that as well. I had 2 envelopes and one had receipts from 2 text chains. Rinna said, and she said, one, I was texting with Erica Jane because she asked me where I was and what had happened to me. Now, she also alleged that Kathy's sister, Kyle Richards, who claimed at the time not to know what Kathy was doing, and she said that she didn't want to find out, was with Erica in the club and knew exactly what was happening and what had just gone down back at the house. Then the other was a text chain with my assistant and one of my best friends. They were asleep, so I couldn't reach them, so I was telling them exactly what had just happened in the house. That, again, I don't know if that's necessarily receipts. Now, she shared that the group text alone was a total of about 8 printed pages. There you have it, 2 envelopes, not 1, 2, just keeping it real. Now, Rinna's side of the story came one day after Andy Cohen told fans that her singular envelope, which is not true, contained receipts relating to the Elton John's Aid Foundation ticket snafu, a feud between her and Sutton Strack. We just wound up cutting it all out. That's what he explained on his radio show, before adding there were a lot of decisions made in the edit to cut down many conversations. Andy Cohen has since responded to Lisa Rinna's Instagram stories, clarifying in Wednesday's episode of his radio show that she never brought out the Aspen receipts, so he did not even know they existed until he saw her social media post this week. So they're both calling each other liars. It's literally he said, she said. This is beyond. So you're calling the boss a liar. The boss is calling you a liar. You both had 2 different renditions of the story, but then you look at her photo. She has the 2. But my thing is, none of the other cast members are going to call Andy Cohen a liar. They're not going to lose their 6-figure paychecks. The fandom, they all just went to BravoCon. It gives you that sort of ego boost. Nobody is going to, it's like when Nene Leakes went against Andy in the network, and she was thinking that the Real Housewives of Atlanta, her co-stars, her former co-stars, were going to back her up. And she's like, you know, jump in this. Like, you guys saw what I saw. And they're like, no, we're not sacrificing our paycheck or our position. So sorry, you're on your own. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are, though, because this is just literally a game of he said, she said, he said, liar, liar, pants on fire. And Lisa Rinna seems to be, I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the 8 pages of receipts, but it seems that she is telling the truth. That doesn't look great for Andy. So guys, go ahead and comment below. And before you go, don't forget that there's a new episode of Hot Messy Podcast out. So you can go to the description of this video, click on the link, let us know what you think. And don't forget to give us a 5-star review. And of course, like I said earlier at the beginning of this video, we are recording our episode for Friday with Emily D. Baker. And this is going to be such a fun conversation. So many questions. A lot's going on. I love you guys so much. I cannot wait to see you again live. And until then, I hope you guys have a beautiful week. See you next time. Bye, guys.